In today's show, the University of Oklahoma football team puts its best foot forward for their spring game, and a Seinfeld actor comes to Oklahoma.
Also, have you heard of a secret Sonic menu? Well, we have, and we're letting you in on the classified information, and vintage cowboys have a shootout. We've got lots in this show, some exciting stories. Let's get to it.
Giddy up, it's big news. Who will be the Sooners quarterback? There are 3 contenders, and our sports reporters were at Owen Field during the recent spring game to check out the competition.
I'm Jenny Carlson here with Jason Kersey. We're in Norman, where today Oklahoma held its spring game. White won 28-24. Jason, I have no idea how they got to that score.
Yeah, don't ask me that. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's irrelevant to the whole thing because obviously people were out here to watch the quarterback. So let's talk about these 3 guys. What did you see out of Blake Bell, Kendall Thompson, and Trevor Knight?
Well, I think they all 3 did some things good. The main thing I took away is that absolutely there will be more mobility at the quarterback position starting next season. All 3 guys have the ability to move outside the pocket when there's pressure. They even busted out a couple of design quarterback runs, which I thought was interesting. You haven't really seen much of that from Oklahoma. So that's really interesting. I would say Blake Bell, I think, clearly had the best day of the 3. Each of the other 2 did things good here and there. Trevor Knight had a fumble down near the end zone, and that's one of the things Josh Heupel's talked about, is limiting those kinds of mistakes. I think Blake Bell was the favorite coming in, and I still do.
Well, do we think this is going to be a quarterback battle that rages into the fall, or did anything happen today that makes you think that this ends sooner than that?
Well, it's really hard to say. You just never know how they're going to do it. There won't be any more press availabilities for us to really find out unless they send out a press release, I guess. So I would assume that it will rage on into the fall, but based on today, I would have to believe Blake Bell will ultimately win the job.
Let's talk a little bit about the defense for a second. Last year we saw Oklahoma go some stretches without any linebackers on the field. Today the linebackers returned, at least 2 on the field at all times. Talk a little bit about the defensive shift. What did you see out of the defense today?
Well, yeah, the entire game there were always 2 linebackers on the field, and I think that's something that they really wanted to make a commitment to. Corey Nelson and Frank Shannon are 2 really good players on this defense, and Mike Stoops has said they're 2 of the best players on the whole team, and so they want to have them on the field. But the problem is, when you're spreading the guys out like that, you worry about slot receivers and things like that. But the guys seem to do pretty well today, so I guess we'll just have to see in the fall.
Lastly, let's talk about sort of the star of the game, which Roy Finch was a guy that really had some nice plays, some big plays. Do you expect him to maybe be a guy that can get on the field a little bit more come the fall?
I would have to think so. It sounds like he's doing things off the field in the weight room and in practice a little bit better than he did last year, which I think is probably some of the reason why we didn't see much Roy Finch last season in the offense. But today, when he had the opportunity, he was electric, like we remember him being as a sophomore and as a kick returner last year. So I do believe he will be a bigger part of the offense in the fall.
All right. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.
And after 4 years of Landry Jones at quarterback, the Sooners coaching staff believes all 3 of these candidates will provide some more mobility at the quarterback position for OU.
Well, moving on from football to baseball, there's one man who knows a thing or 2 about the game. He's been involved for decades. The Oklahoman's Brian Painter catches up with the legend.
Jim, you started scouting about 50 years ago. Is it the people or the game that keeps you at this?
It's a combination of both. The great game keeps us, the people in it make it interesting. And so if you have an opportunity to wander through it all these years that I've been in it, it's the passion that you have for both the quality people and the game.
Those who attend baseball games at local ballparks, like Dobson Field on the campus of Oklahoma Christian University, will recognize the lean guy with white hair under the white cowboy hat. That's Jim Walton, a 77-year-old Major League Scouting Bureau area scout who knows a thing or 2 about baseball talent. He should. He's been a scout for nearly 50 years. He's been in baseball his whole life.
What do you look for? Well, there's no mathematical formula. You look for the tools of a player. Can he hit? Does he have power? Can he throw? Can he catch the ball? Can he run?
Walton travels the vast land of Texas and Oklahoma in one of his 5 Cadillacs. 4 of them have over 300,000 miles on them. Walton drives about 40,000 miles a year scouting in Oklahoma and Texas.
You keep everything. You keep old pants, you keep old boots. So I keep old cars. I bought a Cadillac and I drove it a lot of miles. I still have it. Sucker's got 580 some thousand miles on it. it still works, surprisingly. Then I acquired some other ones, you know, and as they got into the hundreds of thousands of miles on them, you know, I said, well, they're not worth anything. I'll just keep them. Maybe they'll be a classic, and somebody will want to purchase it.
What an interesting man. I bet he could write a book. What great stories he must have.
It's like a Dwight Yoakam song, right? Streets of Bakersfield. It's like he's seen it all.
I know, and then obviously the Cadillacs. He's got, you know, stories with that. That's so cool.
The Cadillacs are very cool.
That's neat.
Probably a man who's had his share of peanuts at the game.
Yes, I'm sure.
Speaking of such, if you ever wanted to order off the menu, we'll tell you about the undisclosed Sonic menu. That's coming up next.
And Seinfeld was a favorite show for many, and we interview one of those actors. That's coming up.
Everyone gets excited on game day. With the Oklahoman Full Access, you can get your sports news any way you like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, print replica, and our digital archives, starting as low as $12 a month. And it's free to current print subscribers. Log on to newsok.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
Hello, this is Mary. I can help you.
Hi, my grandma wants to know how to record my show.
Press the guide button on the remote.
Abuelita, toca el botón guide.
Now find your show on the screen and press record.
Ahora busca el programa en la
Pantalla.
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
Everyone has their morning routine. With the Oklahoman Full Access, you can get your morning news any way you like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, print replica, and our digital archives, starting as low as $12 a month. And it's free to current print subscribers. Log on to theoklahoman.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
Man, I love Sonic corn dogs and tater tots, but there's more to meet the eye with the menu than what you see just on the screen.
Who knew? Sonic has a top secret menu. Not many people know about it. Sonic may try to keep that menu under wraps, but the Oklahoman's Jennifer Palmer and Newsok's Greg Singleton went out on a mission with cameras to find out about the unknown menu.
Well, I'm ready whenever you are.
All right, let's do it.
Sonic, this is Mike. How may I help you?
Hi, I'd like an order of piccolos, a
Sorry,
hickory.
what was that?
I'm sorry?
Sorry, what was that?
Piccolos? Do you still?
We don't sell piccolos, ma'am. I'm sorry.
You can't make those?
No, ma'am.
Okay, how about a hickory burger and a purple Sprite?
So just like a Sonic cheeseburger with hickory sauce and a grape Sprite.
No, a purple Sprite.
Purple Sprite would be grape Sprite.
No, it's Powerade, lemonade, Sprite, and cranberry.
Powerade, lemonade, and what else?
Sprite and cranberry.
Okay.
I thought you had a secret menu. Aren't these items on your secret menu?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, so I got a cheeseburger hickory sauce, a Sprite with Powerade, lemonade, and cranberry. It's gonna be $5.61.
Thank you.
That didn't work out so well.
Sonic fail.
Hey, how's it going today? My name is Kevin. I'll be a girl. You got the Sonic cheeseburger with hickory and Sprite with Powerade, lemonade, and cranberry.
Okay.
$5.61.
Thank you.
I want to hide this in the back seat.
Yeah, good idea.
We are just a mass of food.
Different size. Whenever you're
All right, I'm ready.
Welcome, Sonic. It's Debbie. We don't take order.
Hi, can I order piccolos?
Tim, I'm so sorry. We don't have those.
You sure you can't make those?
It's the same concept of making onion rings, and they'd have to pull batter together and get the butter and the breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Like, we could make them, but it'd have to be something that made like early in the day.
Okay. How about extreme tots? A medium pink lady?
I have an extreme tater tot and then a pink lady.
Yes.
And what else for you, ma'am?
That's all.
I have an extreme tater tot and a pink lady. It's going to be $5.83. Can I get you anything else for that, ma'am?
That's all.
$5.83.
Thank you.
That was easier.
Yeah.
And an explanation about the piccolos, too.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean, this isn't like investigative journalism.
Sort of.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. You're right. I'm not going to sell us short here.
Hello, how
Hi.
are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm Lisa, I'll be your caller. We have a large tater tot chili cheese extreme and a Sprite with cherry, strawberry, roll cream, and vanilla.
Awesome.
$5.83.
Okay.
You need salt, pepper, ketchup, or mustard?
I don't think so. Thank you. And keep the change.
Thank you. You have a good day.
Thanks.
I can't wait for you to see this talk.
You can pull them out if you want to film it.
They come in a foot long. Oh my god, this smells spicy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Boom.
That's them.
That was one of the stories that received the most traffic on Newsok when it came out, and a lot of people are commenting about it, and everybody's chiming in with their favorite dish and anything order. And you? What's your favorite?
It's so interesting, though. I love that. I love that there's a secret menu. I think everybody was intrigued by that. Like I said, man, I love the Sonic corn dog and tater tots. I mean, it's just a classic. What about you?
I like the breakfast burritos there.
Oh,
it's one
wow.
of my favorites to get, either for breakfast or the good thing about Sonic is you can order breakfast any time of the day.
Oh, very nice. That's great. Well, good. All right, Jennifer may have been intimidated to try those tater tots because of the heartburn it might cause when you're pregnant, and she's pregnant, and so am I. So how about some soothing items that are perfect for pregnancy? In the most recent Bundle of Wellness, Becky Varner explores dairy options.
Hey, it's Angie with Newsok. And Becky. And Becky is the corporate dietitian for Buy for Less, and she also is a wonderful food columnist for the Oklahoman and Newsok.com, doing a recipe for health food column a couple times a month in the Oklahoman and Newsok.com. Make sure you check that out. We're doing a series called Bundle of Wellness, all about healthy pregnancies. And as you can see, I am pregnant. So this is a great series. It's wonderful because when you're pregnant, you're looking for a well-balanced meal, a very nutritious diet, obviously lots of variety. And you need ideas because you get tired eating the same thing over and over. So we have been focusing on My Plate food groups. This time we are focusing on dairy.
Yes, and there are so many options. One of the things that's helpful is to look at the lower fat options. And so we've got skim milk here, or the one of the low fat varieties of milk, and it's wonderful to drink a glass of milk with a meal or to use that as a snack. But there are a lot of other things that you can do as well. Yogurts are a great option, and they can be flavored yogurts like these are, or the plain yogurt can be used in recipes. It can be used as a topping for baked potato instead of sour cream. It can be used in coleslaw. Lots of different things that you can do with the yogurt, but a lot of different flavors that you can work with. And then of course we have cheeses, wide variety of cheeses. And I would mention that cheeses that are soft cheeses, it's a good idea to avoid those. Sometimes they can be made with milk that is not pasteurized, and we want to be sure that we're using pasteurized milk in the diet and not products that would be made with milk that's not pasteurized. But these are some of the different cheeses that can be used, and of course those are available also in the reduced fat. And so those are great to use in recipes, they're great to use as part of snacks, different things that you can do with that. And then another thing, Angie, some people don't like to drink a glass of milk. I can't imagine that. I drink my milk every day and I love it, but some people don't like to. So there are a lot of other ways to be able to use milk. This is really a pineapple sorbet that all that it is made from is lemon, yogurt, and pineapple, frozen pineapple. Wow. And so that's an example. Puddings, smoothies that would be made with milk, all kinds of flavors to be able to come up with for that.
Great idea.
Yes, and then a cream soup. This is a broccoli soup. It's just a cream of broccoli soup made with skim milk. It has some cheese in there as well, and then of course the broccoli.
And as you can tell, we're here at Buy for Less. So there's lots of activity, lots of things going on around us, lots of food here, lots of variety. If you're thinking, you know, I need ideas, I need different things for my dairy group or my protein group and my vegetables and my fruit and my grains, which we've covered them all. You can check out all those videos on newsok.com or buyforlessok.com. But this is a great place to come. Lots of variety here.
There sure is. So many different ways. Something for everybody.
Exactly, exactly. What great ideas, obviously, different things that you can do for your dairy food group while you're pregnant, or even if you're just looking for ideas in general. This is wonderful. Go to buyforlessok.com or yourwellnessok.com for more information about the Bundle of Wellness series and different ideas. Also, Becky will have a blog coming up in the Oklahoman and on newsok.com all about the Bundle of Wellness series. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Angie.
And Becky has talked about variety in all of the food groups, and now she'll be focusing on putting it all together. So some great meal ideas in the upcoming weeks.
Bundle of Wellness, a very well done production. Nice work with that.
Thank you.
Becky does a very nice job.
And you helped out as well. I mean, my goodness, this is a team effort.
I like to eat the food after they're done taping.
I'm sure.
It's my contribution. All right, coming up, an actor you'll probably recognize, and no, we're not talking Newman, from the famous Seinfeld sitcom. That's coming up.
With the Oklahoman Full Access, we deliver your news any way you'd like. The Oklahoman Full Access includes print, smartphones, tablets, print replica, digital archives, and the new Oklahoman.com. Plans start at only $12 a month. And all this is free to current print subscribers. Log on to Oklahoman.com/subscribe to get started today. The Oklahoman Full Access.
I look up to you for all the things you do. I hope to be like you someday soon.
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
We're shooting more photos at each assignment, but we're putting those into separate galleries that can be added into the iPad and online editions so that the viewers can see a lot more photographs. We can tell a lot more of the story visually, give them more detailed shots, more overall shots, just a lot more variety that really enriches their experience.
Now, did you know the J. Peterman Company had sales of over $75 million at its peak, but sold his company, then was able to buy it back with funding help from John O'Hurley, the actor who portrayed J. Peterman on Seinfeld?
I had no idea there was actually a real J. Peterman.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But the actor who played the character was recently in Oklahoma City to help a good cause and joined up with the star from the Reba show right here in our studio.
Well, the 16th annual Celebrity Waiters Gala on April 12th will feature some actors you probably recognize, and we have a couple of them in our studio today. John O'Hurley, famous for his role on Seinfeld, and Christopher Rich, who played Reba's ex-husband on the show Reba, and obviously many more roles for both of these actors. And David Hooten here is the executive director of the Care Center. He also joins us. Thank you so much for being here.
Nice to be with you.
Yes. Okay, now a lot of actors say they started off as waiters. Is this a job either of you had before making it big?
Well, I was a miserable singing waiter. It was actually one of my first jobs. I earned about $8 a night, and I do remember dumping an entire lobster dinner in front of people and saying, "Excuse me, I have to go do my number. I'll see you in just a minute." And I was lying there on the floor. I'll also be back with your drawn butter. Yes.
Yeah, I was a waiter. A bartender. I waited on Frank Sinatra.
Did you?
I did. Spiro Agnew, he was vice president. That's how old I am. Wow. And Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, I also waited on him when he was a kid. So, I was a waiter.
Very nice. Okay, so this is old hat to you guys. That's awesome. Why is it important to give back for both of you?
Well, we're both parents. I have a 6-year-old. He has children much older than that. But but it's just, but for the grace of God, go we. And, we're lucky to have happy, healthy children, but there are other kids that are not so lucky. And the care Center really provides an unusual template across the country to really help children that are affected by abuse stay away from the system. And it's an extraordinary program.
Yeah, John and I both do actually a substantial amount of work for child advocate organizations, and CARE is a perfect fit for us. We really like that insular approach to protecting a child after they've suffered from an abusive situation, and so we're here to really try and help get the money out there. So you should come join us tonight. Actually, you really should.
I know, that's awesome. Now, all money raised goes to the Care Center. David, can you tell us what the Care Center does?
Right, it's the Child Abuse Response and Evaluation Center for Oklahoma County. So that's where children come, where they're forensically interviewed, medically examined, and mentally evaluated after a possible situation of child abuse, and it's done in a very nurturing way where it looks like grandma's house. There's toys. They all leave with a teddy bear. We try to make it as pleasing and comfortable as possible for a bad day. And it's a wonderful facility, and the Care Center is it's a model for all over the United States. It's all on one campus. We have detectives, police, we have DHS, we have medical, we have mental health, we have our own staff, our own forensic interviewers, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful model for the way it is done and should be done across the United States.
Wow, it sounds pretty unique.
It is. It's a wonderful thing. It's been going on for a while, and over 20 years here in Oklahoma City, and just a wonderful facility, and we're so excited to have some other waiters come and help us with this event.
You get John as your waiter. He'll sing. You can always get John to sing. And if you get me as your waiter, I'll cut your food for you. I'll actually feed it to you. I'll give you a back rub, maybe give you a pedicure. I'll go the whole distance.
That's a good deal.
To help this thing work. Oh, yeah, I'm a giver. I'm a big giver.
Yeah, there's really nothing we won't do for money.
That's true. That's true. We're actors.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Anything, obviously, we know you so well for being Elaine's boss on Seinfeld. Do you miss the show? Do you miss that character?
I do. I do. It's very difficult to find anything that was done and written as well, and so unusual and interesting and unique a template as Seinfeld was. But we had a great time. But I will be back in Oklahoma City next January. I'll be here at the Civic Center doing my show, Chicago the Musical. So I'll be a hometown boy very soon.
That's fun. Very fantastic for sure. And then obviously Reba McEntire's from Oklahoma, and you were on the show Reba.
I know, what torture. Absolute torture. I'm from Dallas, so it was pure abject hell for me having to work with an Okie broad. And then, of course, now here I am in Oklahoma, close to the Garden State of Texas, but no, can't quite reach it. No, I have to tell you, it's actually great. That sibling rivalry between Texas and Oklahoma is a real joy. I went to the University of Texas. I have lots of friends from OU and OSU. So it's, for me, it's a real treat to be here. It's really great.
We're glad you guys are here supporting such a great cause. What's your website for more information about the Care Center?
carecenter-okc.org.
Okay. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Those guys were a lot of fun. They kept you on your toes.
I know, they did. They were hilarious, and I wish that we'd been rolling before.
That's always the good stuff,
because,
though.
man, they are nuts. Yeah, they definitely had some stuff that we could put on YouTube and blackmail. I'm just kidding.
Good stuff.
Yes. All right, moving on. Hundreds of shooters dress in their best cowboy gear for an annual competition. That's coming up next.
Social media gives readers a voice that they can interact with us in a way that I don't think they've ever been able to. And it allows us to, include their thoughts and their questions and everything in our content.
Whereas we used to just publish and just tell everybody what the news and entertainment and information was. The rest of the world wants to engage. They want to talk back. They want us to talk back to them. They want insight, they want opinion, and a lot of that is new culturally for a newspaper.
I look up to you for all the things you do. I hope to be like you someday soon.
Working hard for every smile. Another reason why Cox is your friend in the digital age.
In 2012, we had the largest concentration of Oklahoma musicians to go to South by Southwest ever. Dave Morrison and I, we talked about it. It's like, let's just do this guerrilla style, okay? We'll shoot 1 or 2 performances by an act, and then we'll get an interview, and we'll get it up as quickly as possible. So that's what we were doing. We ended up with 21 different videos, and those also included some stand-up.
For 20 years, Vintage Cowboys have been holding a shootout.
That's right. More than 300 shooters were involved with this year's competition, and Newsok's Greg Singleton was there to get all the action.
Single Action Shooting Society, which is called SAS, is our sponsoring body, and the Oklahoma City Gun Club and the Territorial Marshals are the host of this shoot. And the shoot is Land Run, and this is our 20th anniversary for our Land Run shoot. The goal is to shoot as fast as you can and not miss. Every time it missed, it cost you 5 seconds, so you want to go fast, but you don't want to miss. And it's a great shoot with a lot of great people and have a great time. We have vendors from, again, all over, and they're selling things that are related to our shooting sport. Clothing, guns, leather, because as you see, one of the things that makes this sport unique is the costuming. You have an alias, a cowboy shooting name, which is what a lot of us, the only one name we know of people. And then you're expected to dress, and you dress according to your category sometimes it's according to style. The category I shoot is called B Western, and it's one where you're supposed to dress a little fancier like you do, like they look in the movies of the 50s. I see. But some are frontiersmen, and they're, but the costuming is a key part of it. And that really is what makes, a lot more fun. But it's about the shooting and the getting together with other people that like to shoot.
There were a number of folks that were into action pistol games, IDPA or IPSC, that kind of thing, and I never did play those games, but there were a number of guys that had been playing it for a long time, and they finally got burnt out, and they wondered if there was any way they could play this game with cowboy guns.
That is impressive shooting, and it's the 3rd largest shoot in the country as well.
These guys look like they were having a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Of course there would be a guy named Tex involved in this.
They're dressed in their, authentic clothing. That's so cool.
Yeah, it looked like a Western.
I know.
The guy was shooting the rifle, hustling down to the next window.
Yeah, and Greg did a great job shooting that.
It really did take you there.
I know, it was so fun. Very cool.
All right, that's all the time we have for this edition of Newsok TV.
And you can watch all of these videos and much more online at newsok.com. See ya.